What's going on, guys? King Shrats here, back into the video on the channel, and welcome to the most Ninja Turtle video I have ever done in my life. Just came from the movie, saw the early access of the Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem movie, so we will talk about that. In the movie, there are a lot of references to their sponsors, one of which is Pizza Hut. So I was surprised to find out that they do have a Ninja Turtles box. They don't have a Ninja Turtles pizza. I think they're calling the Big New Yorker, which is right here, a Ninja Turtles pizza, but they didn't put Ninja Turtles on that box. So when I got the rest of my food, I wanted a box. So they gave me a box. There's no pizza in here. There's other stuff in the box, but I'm super excited to try that. I'm super excited to talk about this movie. Pretty regular order from Pizza Hut, to be honest. I did try one of their pastas because somebody asked about it, but I want to talk about Ninja Turtles, bro. I really do, because, you know, being a millennial, Ninja Turtles was like the whole wave, and I'm really, really happy. There's more stuff, by the way. They gave me so much stuff at this damn movie. I also have a poster, which will go somewhere in this room, as well as a comic book, which they were giving out gratuitous free for the people who went to their early access. The movie officially comes out on Friday. I know you can go on Thursdays at most theaters, but they had an early access, I think, on Saturday afternoon, and they had one by the time you see this, it will be Monday night. Anyway, drop a thumbs up. I've been basically asking you guys really nicely to drop thumbs up, and it's been working. It takes 1 second. Just, you know what I'm saying? I love y'all, man. Just hit the thumb. I'm gonna start guilt tripping the hell out of everybody. Drop a thumbs up. Drop a comment. You got something nice to say? You have something mean to say? If you have nothing to say, just put like an emoji. Like, just drop one of them. You know what I mean? It don't matter. I'm just playing with you. Anyway, the Ninja Turtles box is super dope. And you can see that's Michelangelo, and it's my favorite turtle. Him and Leo. I love Leo too, but Mike's my guy. So I did get a Michelangelo cup as well as a mask. And this is the coolest thing that came along as far as movie memorabilia. Anybody who's new to the channel, I get all of this. My room is filled with movie memorabilia. Anyway, let's get into the box. We got the pasta and some garlic, spicy garlic wings. I've never had this pasta. I had their Alfredo. I don't have high expectations. I'm gonna move this out the way and you'll see it back in a second. The Big New Yorker, because in the movie they do have giant pepperoni pizzas, and I, even as a kid, ate a lot of pepperoni pizzas because of the freaking turtles. So I couldn't even, I had to get it. They had Pizza Hut boxes in the movie, but this is the Big New Yorker. I've had it before. Hopefully they put pepperoni on it if y'all were here for the Domino's version, but look at this pizza, bro. That's how you do it. This might be the best looking Pizza Hut pizza I have ever gotten. And yes, I'm not kidding about that. I've eaten a lot of Pizza Hut on this channel, and this thing looks loaded with the pepperoni cups. It's fresh out of the oven, extra large. You can see the dusting of the Parmesan topping that they use at the Hut. This thing looks a treat, so I'm super excited to try this. Let's bring these back. Let's get the pasta back, and let's drop these wings on. Hold on a second. I'm gonna do this so I don't spill this all over the place. There we go. That is much better. So we got the pasta. We got the spicy garlic boneless wings. They're like 70 cents a piece right now, which is cool. And of course, the Big New Yorker, 6 giant foldable slices of pizza, New York style, but not New York at all, because that wouldn't happen. But you're supposed to fold these. That, like, it comes with the thing. There we go. So there is your Big New Yorker from not New York. That's good though. I love the fact they put Parmesan cheese on this. It comes regular. I love these crunchy pepperoni cups. One question though. They double pep this, meaning they ask for double pepperoni. One serving of pepperoni cups and one serving of regular pepperoni. Would it be a logistical difference to just make them all pepperoni cups? I'm just asking for a friend. But for me, I love pepperoni pizza. It's the thing that I usually get if I'm just ordering any kind of pizza. And things like this should always be on the menu. Now, the amount of grease on this pizza is a lot because it has a lot of pepperoni, and pepperoni is greasy. But it's always a play for me. I believe this is $12. As far as chain pizzas, this pizza is in my top 5 of them because I try not to go too crazy with my orders from chain restaurants when I get pizza. I just want a giant pizza that's got good value, it's got a decent amount of sauce and cheese, and a good amount of pepperoni. And this checks all those bases. It's not the best though. But other than the pan from Pizza Hut, this is my favorite Pizza Hut pizza that they do. I'm a very simple guy. And this checks those boxes. So, with all that being said, I'd probably give this like an 8.5, 8.6. So it's in that same category. And you can't really go wrong. But this just hit the spot because I was watching the turtles eat this for like 2 hours. Okay, this was a request. It's a few of them actually. So how come you never get the pastas from these pizza places? And I politely replied, I don't know if you call this polite, I said because they suck. So, I got one again. I don't think I've ever had this one, but this is like the, what is this called? The 3 meat, the triple meat? What the hell is pizza? Hold on. The oven baked meaty. They bake some pasta, put some meat on it, with some, I saw him, he sprinkled a little Parmesan dust, like there's some pepperoni on here. I don't know, maybe, right? Nah, hell nah, bro, this shit ain't gonna be good. This is actually mid. That's a compliment. This is actually like upper mid. It's not great pasta, but it doesn't suck. I'd expected this to suck. To be perfectly honest, this is like a meat lover's pizza with undercooked pasta. Nah, it's al dente. They al dented it. I'm be honest. It's al dente. With Pizza Hut sauce, a liberal amount of cheese, and the Parmesan dusting. Like, he put a little TLC into this. Well, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. Again, my expectations were already on the ground, so maybe that's why. But would I say this is like a must get? No, hell no. But for $6, man, look at it running. It's upper mid. Like, it's, again, I'm not gonna sit here and say this is great, but if you cover anything with a bunch of like condiments and toppings and cheese, you can get by with it. Whoever said this was S tier, you're entitled to your opinion. I'm gonna just not say that. But I will say that it is not. I'll eat it. 5.5 out of 10. It's not that bad. And last, we got the boneless buff. $6 for 8. Get you some spicy garlic boneless buff. I didn't ask for no dipping sauces. If I had a dipping sauce right now, I can get up and get one. I'm not. I'm going. It ain't that deep. I'm gonna get a dipping sauce. Hold on. Got me some Dad Ranch. I'm gonna use the Dad Ranch. All-purpose drawer. Never leave home without it. I don't really like Papa John's ranch, but I do like their spicy garlic sauce. It's pretty common knowledge. A lot of people agree with me on this part. Their bone-in wings are the best out of any chain. Pizza Hut. And to be honest, their boneless are the best out of any pizza chain. They also have the most amount of sauces. I got like 8 or 9 of them at this point. My favorites are lemon pepper and spicy garlic. I got this because without it, the pizza or the pasta would have been like $9. So you do this and you 2 for $12 it. That's why I did it. It's like getting an order of buffalo wings for me for another $3. So I'm not really mad at that. But that's why I did it. They're okay. The Big New Yorker is really good. And the pasta is mid, but I had to do this for the culture. Because now, we're going to talk about the Ninja Turtles. So let's talk about the Turtles. No spoilers, no nothing like that. A lot of you, depending on what age bracket you're in, probably grew up with the Ninja Turtles. One of the reasons why I enjoy doing these types of movies is because I feel like it's relatable from people that are like children all the way up to people that are like 50, 60 years old, because everybody knows who the Turtles are. They had some trivia in the early access version. Ninja Turtles, the comic book, was first released in 1984. I didn't know that. So, as far as comics and stuff go, relatively young, but this generation, you know, referencing Mario and now the Turtles, I feel like even if you were born in the 70s, you know who they are with certain things. So the 80s kids, 90s kids, all the way up to the kids now, there's always that generational type of movie that comes. And this, in my opinion, was every bit of that. Before I even get into the movie, I have to say, I love this movie. I loved it. I think, this is going to sound crazy, this year has been the year of animated films. In my top 5 movies I've seen this year, there are 3 animated films, which is unheard of at any point in my life. You have this movie, you have Spider-Man, the Miles Morales, Spider-Verse, I should say, and you have Mario Brothers, which I really enjoyed as well. This movie may have done the best job of bridging the generational gap that I've seen in anything, where it's a movie that's directed more for kids because it's PG, but a lot of people resonate with it because a lot of us grew up with this, and it did such a great job of putting that in. I saw young kids in there, and I saw people that were even older than I am. Everybody that I saw walking out of the movie enjoyed it, and here's why. Number one, the runtime was not incredibly long. The movie is 1 hour and 36 minutes, and it manages to still give you all of the plot points that you need, a beginning, a middle, and an end, and explain it all to you in a very effective and efficient manner. It did not waste time with exposition that wasn't needed, and it still gave you all the info that you needed. The backstory, all the way up to why they're doing what they do now. So they did a very good job at telling a story. Number 2, the characters are people who are recognizable to younger generations as well as us. I heard in the very beginning, as soon as I heard Master Splinter talk, I said, yo, that's Jackie Chan. I could tell right away. When I heard Superfly talk, I said, yo, was that Ice Cube? It was Ice Cube. And you can go on, and with recognizable voices, even with the generational thing it is. The teen crowd will still get this because they definitely added a lot of Gen Z references and so on for younger kids, but they still kept a lot of that Gen X millennial stuff in. The soundtrack is very millennial Gen X influence. I noticed a lot of the songs, and I could notice that people that were even in the older crowd were nodding their head to a lot of the songs. You'll recognize them right away if you're older, but they didn't change anything to make it too Gen Z or too millennial. It kind of bridged it in a sense where the references to the older crowd are hidden in the movie, where it won't bother the younger kids. They probably wouldn't understand it. But there are a lot of music and references to even the older movies that they used, which I really did think was awesome. I thought the animation was very well done, and it, again, I got to see some of the behind the scenes or you know, early access footage where they had some of the actors and directors explaining things. They wanted it to look like it was somebody sketching it on a notebook, and that is very much what it looked like. It was well done in that fact. The animation looked different to a lot of things I've seen, and it was purposefully imperfect, some of the things. I really thought that was cool. I also like the fact that this is the first Ninja Turtles thing that I've ever seen where it wasn't voiced or acted by adults. The Turtles are all played by teenagers. You can tell by their voices, their demeanor, how they act, and what they do. April O'Neil is also a teenager. She's usually an adult. Most things that I've seen, the iterations of Ninja Turtles, whether it's the animated from when I was a kid, all the way up to the newer versions, April O'Neil is a full-fledged adult with a job. She's not. She's in high school. So, it gave you a little bit more of an origin story than its predecessors. I don't really have that many complaints about this movie. If you're not a fan of Ninja Turtles or you don't get it, and you go to watch it, I'm not sure if you'll understand, but most of us were or are. So, please keep that in mind when I say this. If you're a person coming in cold off the street and you're like, I don't want to watch it, it's a movie that's a kid's movie to a sense. But I walked in with expectations as a person who grew up watching this stuff. And what I'm saying is, I can't really find any complaints about this movie. Very well executed. And if you have children, or you don't, you will enjoy the movie. Your kids will enjoy the movie. And that's all I can ask for a movie like this. And last, their promotional stuff is better, again, for people who are watching me for the first time, or maybe you haven't seen a movie thing I've done. I have movie memorabilia from every movie that I have seen, and like even movies I haven't seen. I have a Barbie truck. I didn't see Barbie in the last 2 years. All of this stuff came with this movie. So they give you a tin, which I'm going to wipe my hands because I want to show you the inside of this. So the top of it is a manhole cover, which is super cool, right? Obviously, people know Ninja Turtles live in the sewers. The outside is graffiti from the movie, including their names in the back, and then the inside has actual drawings of the cast, or should I say the turtles. So they're all on the inside. See if I can get you, I know that the light isn't really like the best, but so well done with that. And it came with, on the bucket, this mask, which obviously is a Ninja Turtles mask. I got Michelangelo because that's my guy, but I'm not going to put it on because that's ridiculous. But you understand, there's kids putting this on, really, really cool. And then you also got this cup inside of the tin, so it all came in one. Just make me kind of thirsty. There's Sprite in here. So all of them on here, as well as the figurine action top, and as well as every person that walked in, like I said before, got a comic book and a poster. That is by far the most stuff you have gotten within one thing. Some of the things that I've gotten were like $60. The Fast and the Furious, the Transformers, the Barbie truck, all like $70. This was like $25. Best value that I've seen so far on anything that I've gotten. I just want that to be said. And you can tell this movie was done. It was Seth Rogen, by the way, for people who don't know, by a fan of the Turtles, because they didn't change a lot of the source material that makes sense. They didn't change any of that stuff. They made some tweaks to make it a little more young, a little more hip, the cell phones and stuff like that. That's not in the older stuff. But they didn't change the character of all of the Turtles. Everybody's still the same. Raphael, Donatello, Leonardo, Michelangelo all have that same kind of role that they had within their turtle ecosystem, including Splinter. So if you were on the fence and you said, I kind of want to go see this, I highly suggest that you do. It is neck and neck with my top movie of this year, which is also animated, which is Spider-Man Miles Morales. I almost dropped that. Or should I say, the Spider-Verse film. I loved it. I don't have any complaints. I thought the Spider-Man one, which I have a really high rating to, was a 4.8. This is in that same category. As far as animated types of films, this is going to be way up there, and I'm going to watch it again and again, just like the Spider-Man ones as well. So, that's my take on it. For fans of it, I hope you go see it. I hope you go enjoy it. It should be out in theaters in a day or two, but that's going to be the end of the video, man. Thank you for not making a 3-hour freaking movie. Seth Rogen, thank you. Like, I got in, I watched the movie, been an hour and a half, and I'm still awake. Thank you. Appreciate it, man. More of that. But I love y'all, man. We'll be back tomorrow. More content. The hand signs, they made it to YouTube.